So good morning, it's the day after the previous video was released on VHTV, and we've carried on with the same sort of testing, but this time we've come up with another garden test. So in Dylan's right hand you've got the BSA Ultra SE, which you saw in the last video, and in his left hand you've got the Sandwell Field Sports Imp Mk fitted with this really quiet Hushwell silencer from Sandwell Field Sports as well. The problem we've got today is, and I'm caveating this right now, is we run out of H&N Field Target Trophy. I've got none left, and this is the preferred pellet of the Imp Mk. But what I did find through my pellet boxes is some exact jumbos. Okay, we're going to try and zero these, hopefully they will work off camera, and then we'll be able to do a test. For the BSA Ultra we're still using the exact heavies, which is preferred hunting pellet, and what we're going to do is same again, zero the Imp at 27.3 and the BSA Ultra at 33 yards, and then we're going to go back to 44 yards and shoot a group with each, and it's just to see, so this test is to see how good is the Imp Mk in comparison to a PCP at this distance. Now you probably say that obviously it's going to be a lot easier with a PCP, and I should imagine in normal situations it is, but I think I'll be able to show you today just how good this rifle is, and this will be able to produce great groups even at that distance, just as this PCP can. There's not as much breeze today as there was yesterday, thank goodness, so hopefully we'll be able to get some better results for you. Stay tuned. So then, as I said, off camera I've been doing some zeroing, and I'm not far off now being properly zero, but I'm going to do a bit of a check by doing a group and then seeing where the centre of the group is at the end, and then making a final adjustment to make the rifle properly zeroed how I like it. Well, I'm not going to shoot more than 3 because you know what I'm like from a few years ago. I'll spoil it. But I'm pleased with that. I'm going to have a look at that. And as I said, that's with these pellets. What I know that the H&N FTT produce really good at long distance groups with this Sandwell Field Sports Imp Mk. And I'm just going to keep this live and spin this round just so you can see. There it is. And I can push it actually in the hole. The little rips around the edge are exactly that, paper tear. So that's 3 shots, and a .22 caliber pellet is actually jamming in it. So yeah, that's impressive. I mean, to be fair, even a PCP, that's what sort of accuracy you want at your zero. And to be fair, not all rifles, even in PCP, and not all shooters are capable to get groups that big where the pellet jams in there. So from a Springer, a Toon Springer as well, and I've said it 1,000 times over, the quality of the work what Tony Wall does at Sandwell Field Sports, it shows here, because you're getting that from his Toon Springers. So I'm pleased with that. There you go, look. that 9mm pellet actually covers the hole, which you'd expect because the pellet's only 5.5mm, and all the paper rip as well around it. So that is awesome. So the German snipers now got out of bed and we'll carry on. So I'm zooming in this time to the 44-yard part of my garden. And I'm gonna shoot a group now with the Imp Mk, fitted with the Sandwell moderator, and see how this group's at that distance. Bearing in mind it's not, as I've said, the preferred pellet because we run out. So that went exactly through the same hole. Jobs. Yeah? Yeah, but I bet I can't do it again because that would be too much concentration required.
It'll just be a fluke.
Can it be a fluke when it's 3? Oh, I only did. And I'm not going to shoot anymore because I know what I'm like. But what that goes to show is this tuned rifle has got the accuracy of a PCP. Imp Mk, Sandwell. We need to go and have a look at that. We need to come and see this, Jobs, because I'm glad you're here, because you'll see what a British sniper or an English sniper's like compared to the German. You can in a bit. So here's the group then. You can see there is a bit of paper tear, but you can see there the pellet. I don't know if you can see, the pellets are actually stacked, so they're in a line. You can see this is on 0. I'll just 0 it. If I go from centre to centre, which I know, you can see the pellet there, look, is there. It's 8.36mm for 3 shots from the Sandwell Field Sports Imp Mk, fitted with that Sandwell moderator, so you know that it don't clip. And bear in mind, these are not the preferred pellet, as I keep saying. I could have probably pushed it more from 3 to 5, but knowing me, and I know how I lose concentration, I didn't want to spoil the group. But I'm happy with that, and it's giving you PCP accuracy from a tuned spring rifle, obviously tuned by Tony at Sandwell Field Sports. Okay, zooming in then again, 44 yards. This time we're going to be shooting the BSA Ultra SE. Obviously less drop. 177. 2. Same on. 3. 4. 1 more. Oh, beautiful. And that's 5-shot group there with the Ultra. A bit better than yesterday's group because obviously today, as I said, there's less wind, but we can go and have a look at it. So here's the BSA Ultra SE group at 44 yards. And I'll turn this on, make sure it's zeroed. That is centre to centre, furthest point up, and that's 11.25 millimeters. So yeah, again, really accurate. Right, Dylan's having a few goes with the Imp Mk. We've gone back to 27.3 yards and some spinners, but what he's just noticed is, from my zeroing it bang on, when he shoots it, it's 1 mil dot to the right, the fall is shot, so he's having to aim off to the left 1 mil dot, and a lot of people don't realise that they think you can zero a rifle, especially a recoiling rifle like this, and it's going to be the same zero for everyone, and it's not, and it can be due, a lot of the times it's due to the fatness of people's faces and the differences in it and the way that we look through the scope. And it's actually it's the third marksmanship principles, which is called sight alignment. But he's doing well. He's just hit that one by aiming a mil dot off. Let's see if he can do it again. The pressure's on now. You've got camera pressure. Oh, it always works. The pressure of the camera. Yeah, well done, son. That's good. Let's go in for the left ab one. Feeling confident. Oh, great shot. And you did that aiming off, yeah?
Yeah.
So, thought it's worth going over. I've done them in other videos, but a long time ago. I think it's probably worth talking a little bit about how to aid you getting better results shooting a spring rifle, because as we've already highlighted, you need a lot more technique, and the right technique to be able to shoot it. So common mistakes what people do, I'll just bring this back here, is they'll change the way that they hold the rifle. So you'll see some people doing that, which is restricting obviously the rifle recoiling, and when they recoil, ideally they want to come back, but to be fair they do jump up a little bit and come back. So that, and if you do that in one shot and then hold it somewhere different like that and pull it in on another shot, and if you're pulling it in as well, that's also restricting it. So although you can get away with them sort of techniques for the PCP, with a spring rifle, it's not the best technique. And the best technique I found is to basically place your palm on whatever you're shooting, if you're shooting from a bench, and then just rest the rifle on it and then just cup it. Okay, so I'm not pulling it in and I'm not holding it down, all I'm doing is just using it, and the fingers are just there to stop it from tilting left and right. And what that allows it to do is, when you actually pull the trigger, it allows it to go through its recoil process, however it does it, freely. So I'm just placing my hand on what I'm using as a shooting bag, and then I'm placing the rifle on, and then I'm just cupping like that, I'm not pulling it in. I'm going to close my eyes and open them through the scope and make sure that the rifle is pointing naturally at the target. Sight alignments. Am I looking through the centre of the scope? Yes. And then we're going to release the shot and follow through. So let's see how we get on. First stage, second stage, and then release the trigger, and you heard it hit. Okay, Let's see if we can do that again. Another point as well, for safety, when you're cocking the rifle, this is again for the new shooters, when you cock it, keep hold of it, okay? Do not release it like some people do to put a pellet in. Keep hold of it like that, and it's for safety. Many people have lost teeth and fingers from not doing this correctly, and once it's in, then close it. And you heard it hit. Do you want to film me actually, me hitting the target now?
Yeah.
Tell me when you're on the spinners.
Yeah.
Yeah? Can you see them all? Right,
Yeah.
let's see them. Just keep it running, son. See how many I can get. Obviously I'm not going to shoot the top ones because we've not got no backstop. And the last one, which is safe, backstop with the backstop, is quite small, so this is going to be hard. Oh, made it wobble, didn't I?
Got
Oh,
one
another
more.
shot?
Yeah.
That was close. It's a wobbler.
Be a dead bunny though.
Oh god, yeah. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah. Just zoom out and then come back round to me. Got it? So, proves that the technique works. And you can do the same when you're actually standing unsupported shooting. The same, you've got to go through the same marksmanship principles, but what is really important again is if you're doing that artillery hold, if you're just cupping and letting it recoil and do its thing. Not doing this, not doing this, not doing this and pulling it in. You'll hear people say pull it in. Best technique is to do it like this. Just let it go through its own recoil process. So final thing then, we're going to try some standing unsupported shooting at 27.3 yards. Trying to put the techniques we just talked about into practice. Maybe I can hit it once. If I hit it once out of 5, for my standard of shooting, I'd be happy. Miss. But I see it wobbling from side to side, so I know that was close. There we go. That's 1 out of 2. You got onto it now, yeah?
Mm. 2 out of 3. Or wind.
Yeah, it's been waiting for the wind. Oh,
Just
wobbled
underneath.
then. Did you see me wobble?
I seen it just go underneath there.
Yeah, wobbled. How many's that?
I think this is your last shot now. 3 out of 5.
Zoom out and then come back round. Well, that 3 out of 5?
Yeah.
Are you on me?
Yeah.
So, using that technique then, so it does work. 3 out of 5, standing unsupported. That's really good, and I'd say it's probably better than average for me actually. So that was some good shooting on my part, and normally I wouldn't have hit 3 out of 5. But yeah, there again, let it rest and then just cup it. Some people bring their arms in, okay. I struggle with that, even though it is a proper good technique. I find it better to actually just do that, and as you can see, it does work for me, but it's what works for you. Load. Okay, so Dylan's having a go now. He's going to try and see if he can keep it.
Blind person.
Ocular lenses are different, yeah. Remember, just let it balance, yeah, on your hand. That was close. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to come round and zoom in. Yes, good shot. That's good. Let's try and get the camera out. Best I can get it. Let it balance, that's it, good. Close.
It's a bobble.
Yes, that hit it.
Did it?
Yeah, it hit it, definitely did. It just didn't spin.